Hi people, it's me, Anja. I'm pronouns all she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new video. I realized recently that I've done a few videos before highlighting South Asian books, but I've never done one specifically about Filipino books, so here I am. And also coincidentally, I believe October is Filipino American Heritage Month, so happy Filipino American Heritage Month to all of my Filipino American audience. So that's exciting. Although I'm not quite sure if all of these authors are specifically Filipino American, I just wanted to specifically highlight and celebrate some Filipino books. So here I am. Anyway, the first book on this list is called Where Dreams Descend. This story is a YA fantasy. It's the first in a duology and follows a young Filipino main character set in a world where magic is both celebrated and feared, and basically she's entering into a magical competition where like the winner is going to be the next headliner of a circus, which I think is so interesting and so cool. The magic system in this book is so exciting and so thrilling and so dazzling. The world building is excellent. I love the setting so much. I love the magic so much. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. I love a good, strong, like underdog main character. I think this book is excellent and it's so underrated and it deserves all the hype and so much more. And the sequel was so good too. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called 18 Roses. This story is a YA contemporary following a young Filipino main character who is navigating growing up, changing friendship dynamics, and just coming of age. This book is so good and I'm obsessed with it. I love a good, strong, character-driven coming-of-age story. I feel like everything I've said in this video so far is so redundant, and it's something that everyone's heard before, so I'm so sorry if I sound trite right now. But anyway, this book was so good, and it's so excellent. I love the character dynamics. I love the friendship dynamics. I love the plot and the romance and everything about it. Everything about this story felt so new and refreshing and just so well done and just so good. I had really high expectations for this book, honestly, because of the author's reputation, and it definitely met those expectations because everything about this book was fantastic and so emotional, and I was so connected to the main character from the beginning to the end. I love her so much. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called I'd Rather Burn Than Bloom. This story is a YA contemporary following a young Filipino main character who's trying to figure out who she is in the wake of her mother's death. And frankly, I love this book so much. I think it's excellent. I think it's fantastic. I love it when the main character is kind of unlikable and makes some messy choices at the very start of the book. I don't know. I think it makes the story so much more realistic and authentic if the author allows teenagers to be messy and to be almost unlikable, because aren't all teenagers just trying to figure out who they are, and they're not necessarily perfect because nobody is. Anyway, this book is so good. I really loved it. I rated it 5 stars, and it was one of my favorite books in I think 2023. Anyway, this book is excellent and it's fantastic. I love a character-driven coming-of-age story, which I've said multiple times throughout this video. But anyway, this book is excellent. I love the plot and the friendships and the characters and everything about it. This story is so underrated and it deserves so much more hype. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Lovely, Dark, and Deep. This is the most recent read on this list because I believe the majority of these books I read more than 2 years ago, at least more than 1 year ago. But anyway, for those who don't know, this book is a YA dark academia urban fantasy following a queer Filipino main character who is navigating loneliness, magic, and the power of found family. And honestly, this book is excellent and it's so well done. But I mentioned how recently I read this book just because this book review might not seem as trite. Am I using that word correctly? I don't know, as the other book reviews on this list, but I also don't really know if people really notice the difference. Anyway, this book is excellent. The world building is dazzling and so atmospheric. I truly love it so much. I'm obsessed with the magic system, the characters, the found family, the queerness. This book is so good, and it deserves all of its hype and so much more. Literally, I'm obsessed with it. This book is truly one of my favorite queer books that I've read this year, which may not seem like much because I've read like 300 books this year, and I think at least half of those have been gay so far. I don't know. Anyway, this book is excellent and it's fantastic and I love it. So with that said, I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called We're Never Getting Home. This story is a YA contemporary following a young Filipino main character who's navigating a friendship breakup against the backdrop of a chaotic music festival. I think this book is excellent, and I love YA contemporaries that navigate friendship breakups and just platonic relationships in general, because I think that those are so incredibly important, and those are like the core of adolescence. You know what I mean? Like, your friendships are so important. Anyway, this book is excellent, and I love the characters and the plot and the setting so much. I, appreciated everything that happened in this book. Like, I think the story is excellent, and it's just so good. And again, this book is so underrated, and it deserves so much more hype. I just really, really enjoyed the plot, and the chaos, and the music, and the friendships, and the characters, and everything. This book is fantastic, and I truly loved it so, so much. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. The last book on this list, and definitely not the least, is called Midnight with You. This story is a YA contemporary following a Filipino main character who is navigating family trauma, diaspora, and emotional abuse, and she's taking these secret driving lessons at midnight. This story is so excellent and so well done, and again, the story is so underrated, and it's so good. Like, it felt so refreshing and so new and so well done. I love the plot and the characters and everything about it. Like, this book is fantastic. I love the writing. I love everything about it. And I feel like I keep using the word trite in this video to mean overused, because I feel like I keep repeating the same sentences over and over again. But I also think that I'm not using the word trite correctly. But anyway, this book is fantastic and so emotional and so well done and so well paced. And this book deserves so much more hype because I think it's absolutely so excellent and so well done. I think the author is writing an adult book next. But anyway, I think this book is so good and it's so awesome and fantastic and so beautiful. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. So in conclusion, first of all, happy Filipino American Heritage Month to everyone celebrating. Second of all, the problem with pre-filming videos a month ahead of time is that I truly have no idea how my past month of videos were perceived, but I hope everyone's enjoying them as much as I'm enjoying filming everything. So anyway, second of all, or third of all, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the teddy bear emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!